The Texas Health and Human Services Commission notified Planned Parenthood on Monday that it's going to terminate their Medicaid funding. Huffington Post reports, quote, "The move is a response to the sting videos created by an anti-abortion group that showed staff members discussing the donation of fetal tissue to medical researchers." In the letter, Texas accuses Planned Parenthood of violating the terms of the Medicaid contract, citing 3 claims from the videos: that Planned Parenthood alters the timing or method of abortions in order to procure tissue for donation, that it does not follow proper safety precautions, and that it failed to properly train its staff in infection control and barrier precaution. Okay, so this is disastrous. This is a tremendous blow to Planned Parenthood in Texas, and they fell for it. The people who are trying to shut it down, they're either part of this anti-Planned Parenthood cabal, which is likely, or they just fell for the propaganda that was in that video. I mean, their claims are just not true. So, for example, when they say, well, the Planned Parenthood people altered the method of the abortion, and that's dangerous, so we can't allow that, so we're going to cut the funding. Understand that they would ask the patients, hey, if it means preserving more fetal tissue for medical research, do you mind if we do the abortion in a slightly different way? And then if they said yes, then they do it. If they said no, they wouldn't do it. So it's not like they did it without consent, and it's not like it's some sort of nefarious thing. And all of the money that was discussed when these Planned Parenthood people thought they were talking to researchers, it was all about transportation costs, which it's not easy to transport fetal tissue. You know, you have to transport it in a technological way, because you have to do it right so that the tissue is preserved for the medical research. So when they talk about money, that's what they're referring to. They're not making a profit off of harvesting baby organs, as these guys have made it out to be. Guys, fact checkers had a fucking field day with these tapes. You know, the least people can do if they're responsible for policy on this is read what the fact checkers had to say and read what the reality is. I mean, did you know that, for example, with these video stings, they were doing a sting at a clinic that doesn't even do abortions that are late term. They don't do it past 22 weeks. So what sting are you talking about? Do you not know what happened in Roe versus Wade? Do you not know what happened in the fetal viability case? Do you not know that, if anything, this Planned Parenthood clinic is a moderate clinic, if you will, because they draw a line at a certain point and they say, no, we don't do any abortions after that. So we're talking about gametes and zygotes and embryos and pregestation fetuses. The nervous system isn't developed in the fetus, so there's zero pain involved with all this stuff that we're talking about. So it's just all they're doing is playing on your emotions if you're a conservative. That's all they're doing. Is if you're anti-abortion, oh my God, little babies and they're acting like Nazis. But if you believe that, you're just ignorant on what the facts are, and you fell for spooky music in the background and, oh, they seem callous because they're talking about medical shit. No. Come on, man. We got to be better than this. And for the 9,712th time, there's no federal funding that goes to abortion. I've heard this lie reported time and time again. People on the right have spoken about it endlessly. That, that's what people are mad about. They're mad that their tax dollars have to go to funding abortions, and they just don't want that happening. Well, that's not true. They're mad that any abortions happen. But the Hyde Amendment has been in multiple bills, and the Hyde Amendment says that zero federal dollars can go towards abortion. Mission fucking accomplished, dipshits! Pack it up, go home. What are you doing? What are you wasting your time for? You already won. So when we talk about Planned Parenthood and people getting abortions, that's when they go there and they pay out of their pocket in order to do it. And by the way, 97% of what Planned Parenthood does is not related to abortion. And those other things that they do will decrease the number of abortions. I know you guys don't care about science. I know you guys don't care about reality. But when you're pushing out condom use and the pill and IUDs and sex education and all types of contraception, well, what happens? People are more educated and they don't have unwanted babies nearly as much. They don't have STDs nearly as much. They don't have abortions nearly as much. But they want to live in fairy tale land. They want to live in Narnia where, hey, nobody uses condoms, nobody uses birth control, nobody uses IUDs, and And look at that. Hey, abortion magically dropped. But that doesn't happen. We know that doesn't happen. We have the empirical data to prove it. So this is just a pathetic right-wing attempt. How far back do you guys want to roll the clock? I'm curious here. I'm curious. So you want to take away reproductive rights for women? Why not just go further and say we want voting rights? Fuck it. We don't. They usually vote for Democrats. We don't like Democrats. Fucking take it away. They're already trying to do that to black people with voter ID laws and all types of fucked up shit in Mississippi and Alabama and other places, as we've spoken about, where they stop. Oh, no more license handed out at DMVs in these particular communities, and whoops, all those communities happen to be where black people live. Wow, and they vote Democratic, and the Republicans are trying to rig the election in their favor and decrease turnout. Why not go further? Just say it. Hey, I want to take away women's right to vote. You know who did say it recently, right? Ann Coulter said it recently. And then when she's pushed on it, she doubles down. She's like, yeah, no, I think it was a mistake. We tried this experiment. It didn't work. Why didn't it work, Ann? Because they didn't vote for the people you like. So you really believe in fascism. Whoever I want should win all the time. And if they don't win by viable methods, just take away people's rights. Just take away women's rights because they don't vote for the people I like. The dumbasses who I like. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. They want to, honestly, they're trying to, what country do you want to make us look like? You do want to make us look like Saudi Arabia, don't you? You want us to be the Christian Saudi Arabia. You know, do your fatwa. Nobody uses condoms or the pill on my watch. And even when the federal government doesn't fund abortion, we're going to ban abortion and defund Planned Parenthood by saying that they're funding abortion, even though they're not. Lie after lie, falsehood after falsehood, and they win on a policy front. So many red states in America have basically backdoor banned abortion. It's illegal and unconstitutional for them to actually pass laws that say, we're banning abortion. It's outlawed now. So what do? They do the TRAP laws. That's literal. It's what they're called. Targeted Restriction of Abortion Procedure Laws. And what are those? Well, what they'll do is they'll send somebody to walk into an abortion clinic or, you know, a family planning center. They take out a tape measure. They measure the height of the ceiling. They go, oh, look at that. Your ceilings are only 12 feet high. We just passed a regulation that say it needs to be 13 feet high. You're going to have to redo your entire fucking building. And, oh, it's going to cost $1 million that you don't have. So, whoops, I guess you're going to have to shut down. That sucks, doesn't it? Hey, we just passed a law that says every single office in your abortion clinic has to be the same as a surgery room, like in the highest quality hospitals. Oh, you don't have the money to do that? Well, that sucks. We're going to have to shut you down. Even at places where they only hand out Plan B or the abortion pill, they have these laws where there's, okay, well, you need to set up a surgery room, but we don't do surgeries. Well, we don't care. You have to set it up. What happened? I thought you guys were anti-regulation. No, you're for regulation when you can over-regulate the shit that you don't like. And you regulate it out of existence. This is the whole point. This is why they're called TRAP laws. They don't want any reproductive rights for women. I mean, it's one thing to take a principled stand because you happen to think that abortion is murder, even though it's not. But okay, you take that. Well, then wouldn't you want to do everything to prevent abortions? So wouldn't you be in favor of the condom? Wouldn't you be in favor of the pill? Wouldn't you be in favor of IUDs? Wouldn't you be in favor of Planned Parenthood and free clinics and sex education? No, again, Narnia. But I don't want any of that, and I also don't want abortion. Well, you know, shove your head up your fucking ass and live the rest of your life like that, because that's where your beliefs apparently come from.